It's day number 2 with the Q&A with JerDog and Katrina podcast, where we deliver our questions from our live Q&A that we've accumulated over the last year and a half. I think it is almost so. 2 years, a year and a half, where we do a live Q&A.
He said, she said in October of 16.
Right. Yep.
So, and I think we added the Q&A. Was it that boxcar show?
It was. It was in January of 2017. You know, we had so many requests to be on stage together at the same time, and this was just a cool, fun way to do that.
Yeah, we've only gone without these the first couple tester months of the show itself, so.
Yeah, you know, just to make sure that we could work well together without killing each other at the end of the night, which is a rare combination for any comedian, let alone when you play that man-woman dynamic.
You know, but I think it's funny because sometimes we agree on stuff and sometimes we do very much sound like an old married couple talking over one another, bickering about the other one's answer. So I like that, though, because there's never been a time we've done this where I haven't thought, okay, he's a dick, I don't want to do this anymore. This never happened. So it's always in a good, positive frame of mind that we're, even when we're jibing at each other, it's still fun.
Well, and that's good to hear because there have definitely been times where I have been a dick.
Mm-hmm. Like I haven't been a bitch on stage. Like I haven't overpowered you with my estrogen rant. Come on, we both have done it. That's why it's awesome, and that's why neither one of us get all worked up about it. Because I know if I'm like, you know, most of these questions are for fun, but there might be something that touches a nerve with either one of us that we have to almost separate self. But it's impossible to do every time. Where we're just like fired up. I need to be heard. It's like, shut up. It's my turn. You know, we do that, and we can get away with that. With each other.
For sure.
I've seen a lot of comics that if they tried that, I'd trip them on stage. I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't be able to.
Well, it's all part of the showmanship and the performance dynamic, you know, the live, volatile, anything goes atmosphere that we create. And without that, I think it would be sterile and dynamic. And the way you talk about it, it would just be up there reciting material as opposed to letting the chips fall where they may. And that's where the best stuff comes out.
Yeah, it is. I've written new material based off of some of the questions that we've gotten from our show. It's nice. It gives me, like, there might be something I never would have thought to talk about until someone asked the question, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. Hey, wait, I can build off that. So, yeah, it's pretty
exactly. Cool. So today's question, it comes from just Sayin.
Okay.
When a woman tells a man she isn't in the mood for sex, why does he think saying it'll be quick is a good selling or convincing point? ?
Oh, so why do men say it'll be quick and think that that's going to get them in?
Like as the rebuttal for her objection. Well, it depends on what the objection is. Like if she objected, which is a time constraint, then you know maybe it'll be quick would solve the problem.
Right, because sometimes you have to be accepting that it's going to be a quickie. But that comes into play with a longer-term relationship where it's not the norm, but it'll do, you know? Like, you can't always have the candlelight and romance and rose petals. Sometimes it's okay, we've got 45 minutes before the kids get home. Get naked. Let's go at it. Come on. And that's, you know, I can understand that. But if she's sick or if if she's emotionally distraught for some reason, it'll be quick is just another way to set her off that maybe you're not going to get any tomorrow either. You know, because it's about respecting someone's state of being in a moment, you know.
Yeah.
And I know myself, I've had medical issues where Pat just knows not even to ask. You know,
okay.
Sick. You know, or like, you know, like if you have the I guess what I'm thinking of is like the episode of Friends, and I know you're not big on television, where Monica had the flu, and she was thoroughly disgusting, and she was actually trying to convince Chandler, but he was trying to convince her to have sex, or somebody, and he's like, you're sick, and she's like, I don't care, it's okay, and he's like, no, you're sick, it's gross, and she twisted it around to where she got what she wanted. It was the woman that was the aggressor in that situation.
Right.
But, you know, if there's something wrong that someone is saying, no, I don't want to have sex, find out why before you keep pleading, because then you just piss somebody off.
Yeah, well, I think pleading is part of the problem anyway. Anytime I'm not saying I haven't done it, but let me say it's never worked out for me. Anytime I've actually tried to convince my wife to have sex with me, it's never happened. Here's the one thing you can definitely do to cockblock yourself, guys. Try to convince her to have sex. Like use logic and salesmanship to persuade her into it. Like that's the absolute one thing you can do to definitely cockblock yourself.
But the irony
I'm not saying I haven't done it. That's how I know. No, that's how I know. I've made that mistake many times.
But the irony is the reverse of it. If you say, let's do it, and she says, I'm not in the mood, and you hug her, give her a quick kiss, okay, honey, I respect your choices right now. That respect and that acknowledgement of how she feels could very well be the thing that turns her on to her. Go, okay, never mind. You know what? I want to do it now, because it's not something that should be used as like, okay, well, Katrina said, and I get hate mail. But women's and men's, the brains are different. So if there's been times where I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to because I got this to do, and it's like, okay, and I'm like, oh, well, that was cool. Wait, come here. Now you're extra attractive. Let's go fuck. So it can work to your favor to just be respectful. And Jesus, if you're that hard up, just slip in the bathroom, lock the door, rub one out, and go about it tomorrow.
What if you pull out a $20 bill and you go, how about now?
Well, I would just laugh. I wouldn't know whose 20 that was, mine or him, because we pool our money, so it wouldn't matter either.
All right. On that note, that's a good place to wrap that one up. What do you say?
Sure, that'll work. Yeah,
because that leads into tomorrow's question.
All right, cool.
It'll be perfect.
Awesome.